and you're recording, and everything's recording, and here we are. Hello. I'd like to talk about the Nord Micro Modular. It's introduced me to modular synthesis at a music technology college. They use these to show the fundamentals of synthesis, and I'll get into that a little bit later. But what I'd really like to do now is just introduce you to the little box, and it's quite a nice little thing, and I've got one down here. Small, red. For the size of the thing, it packs a huge amount of power. On the back you've got what appear to be 4 MIDI ports, but they're not actually MIDI ports. These first two, they're so that the micro modular can talk to your computer, because all of the modular sections of this is done in the computer. That's how you create patches. And these are traditional MIDI in and out. You've got 2 audio ins and 2 audio outs. The beauty of this thing, when it was made between 1998 and 2004, at that time, if you wanted to do virtual modular synthesis, or you wanted to do modular synthesis in an easy way, or at least this was my introduction to it, you could use a computer, modules on a computer, and you wire them up and you plug them in. Generator, I can't remember, I remember using Generator years ago. But if you wanted to gig with that, you had to take a tower computer with you. Laptops just were not up to it. This thing, you could program your patches, do all of your virtual synthesis on your patches, and then take one little box with you and go and do a gig. Genius. Really, really good idea. Very complicated. I don't think it caught on too well, because at that time people were getting into virtual analogs. Anyway, we're going to fire it up, and I'll show you a couple of things that I used to do with it and a couple of ways that I used to play around with it. What you need to do is you need to put in the out from your computer into the PC in, and the in into the PC out, surprisingly enough. MIDI, that's going to go in, and that's attached to the Zio that I've got here, and then audio out, otherwise we're not going to hear a thing. There's no on off switch, so as soon as I put the power in, the thing will light up. And there we go. Once I plug the machine in, on the laptop up comes a little display of the patch, and that's the patch that's in the synth at the moment. This patch is not really going to do anything, because it's synced to an external MIDI clock, and it's a little sequence patch. But we'll have a look at some sequence patches which are not synced to a MIDI clock in a little while. Right now though, I'm going to start off by showing you some that you will play from the keyboard. If I just scroll through here to, I think, about patch 67. So in order to scroll through the patches, you press down Shift and then go to patch select. So you can see that patch on there goes onto here, and what I've got is called Nord Lead 2. And you just it's fairly dry. One of the things I'm not a big fan of is that there's no onboard effects there, and there's not even a particularly easy way to generate effects on there, but that's a whole different story. Well, you've got things like a chorus and a vocoder, but I really like big fat delays and reverbs because I'm a bit sad and ambient on occasions. Never mind. And you can't do that. There is a delay module on there, but it's too short to be of any use. It's designed for other things. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go straight into showing you some of the patches that I've written, and then one that you'll probably be you'll recognise, a patch you'll probably recognise. But let's go. And as we scroll through, as I press the button on here to trigger through, you'll be able to see the patches change on the screen. So if I do that, you see that change. That's a bit monstrous. Right. So this patch here is, they call them noodlers. It's playing to itself. Now if you listen here, you've got a whole drum section. A kind of a pad that's floating between the two, and then a little rhythm thing going on. Right, nice random spacey wibble. So you could set this up during a gig and during a track at random points, as if somebody was a bit deranged, setting off a dub siren, this would just shoot off at random. Quite fat bass, nice drum kit. You remember in one of my previous videos I spoke about a duet with a violin player. I used to use the Micro Modular quite a lot in that, because you can set up random elements so that it's slightly unpredictable and it's more like it's jamming with you. So you're actually jamming with a synthesizer. I love the idea of that. I like the idea of there being random elements and things being a little bit unexpected sometimes. So this is called Rolling Beats. Who recognises this? Name that tune. That's a really quick intro, gives you a bit of a broad idea of what's possible with the Micro Modular and the kind of things you can do. If you have enjoyed, please subscribe. I would like a few subscribers, it'd be nice. Like it, thumbs up, and definitely comment below. I've had a few comments and I've quite enjoyed reading them, and it's quite nice to make some contact with people out there. Enjoy, see you soon. Right, I'm going to get back to doing some of this stuff.